Hi, I'm Steve. Welcome to my workshop and to Furniture Wood Stuff. On this video we're going to be doing a bit of comparison because I've been buying again. I bought another track saw. In fact, I bought two track saws. This is my original track saw. It's a Rutlands. I've done reviews on this before. Links in the usual places. I've been after a cordless version for a while and seen my battery platform is Makita. I bought the Makita version. And while I've been out and about, I saw this supermarket version for not a lot of money, so I thought I'd give this one a try as well. For full disclosure, none of these have been sponsored and they've all been paid for by my money. Well, here's a quick overview of each machine. So this is a Parkside from little supermarkets. Quite simple. Two switches, push switch up, and that goes down. Quite a good spring. This has got a riving knife, which is a nice feature. Dust port swivels, and it's quite rigid. That's good. Some of them times just flop around. You've got screws at the side, which will allow it to move to 45 degrees. Depth stop with an A and B marking. A being when you're not on the track, B when you are on the track. To change the blade, drop it down, lift that up, it holds, and then release the screw. The Allen key stored. Runs on sort of standard Festool Makita tracks. It actually comes with two 700mm tracks, which you can join together, gives you 1400. Therefore taking any movement out of any lateral movement from the various types of track you use. This is a 1200 watt. It's made in Germany, and it's £69.99. However, they're only available every now and again. They're not available all the time, so that's the Parkside by Lidl. So this is the Rutlands plunge saw track saw from the workshop series. I've had this a while. It was my first track saw, and it's been a decent workhorse. I've had it a couple of years. It was my first track saw, and it's not let me down. This, as I recall, was in the region of about £100, and you've got the saw, the blade, and two tracks, each is 700 long, joining and clamps for the tracks as well. Little lever on the handle, and it plunges. To lock it down, same again. Pull this handle up. This will go from 0 to 47 degrees, I think. Once again, just release two of these either side. Thumb screws. For justice, just take slop out of any rails. In terms of a comparison from this to the Parkside, because these are plugged in versions, you get about 2 meters of cable. On the Parkside you get 3.5 meters of cable, which will be a lot more handier, to be honest. There's no riving knife on this one, but if you have a look at the castings underneath, they're very, very similar. However, I've had it a while. Pretty good workhorse and does a good job. Well, the wrench once again is stored in the back of the cable here. I don't leave it in because it tends to drop out, and I just leave it in here in a box. This is my latest addition to the tool set. It's a battery driven plunge saw. Takes two 18 volt batteries, so it's a 36 volt machine. Works very similar, button press, plunges. It's actually got some added features. There's another sort of press the button here. That gives you a scribing function, great for laminates and the like. This adjusts, I think, to 48 degrees. Once again, loosen them two off. I think when you get there, you can press that lever and you just get another extra 3 degrees. Goes back and it press that button, it goes -1 degree. So great for doing a little back cut. It's actually got some indent sets, usual sort of 90, 22.5 and 45 degrees. Oh. What else is on here? Variable speed. So you can go slower for cutting things. I'm not sure what you do, maybe plastics and the like. Once again, adjustment knobs for taking the slack out of any rails, and also on the Makita, with the Makita rails, you've got this anti-tip function. So when it's at 45 degrees, it will actually hold it in the track rather than it falling off. In terms of your depth, it only goes as if you're running off the base, so you have to adjust the 5mm or so for the track. So I've managed to get a little adjuster, put it in there so it'll tell me that that's off the base and that's off the track. So when it's at 50, it's actually at 45 if you're running on the track. So far so good. More than powerful enough, easy to run without having any cables and the like. And the dust, extraction just stays where you put it, which is brilliant. The cost of this little baby is well, you could buy 3 of the Rutlands for it, and probably 4 of the Parkside ones. This was £300, and that's without any batteries. So a couple of 5 ampere batteries will knock you back at least £150. But like I say, it's my battery platform of choice, and I've got enough batteries to go.
So let's do some test cuts. First, the Rutlands. I'm using the stock blade to start off with. Got to admit, this one in the Rutlands is really shot at. I'm just cutting some strips of some birch ply, these trial cuts. Now for the Parkside by Lidl. Again, the stock blade first. It's better than the Rutland stock blade, but not perfect. Now for the Makita. With the premium trade tools, the blades are spot on. Well, apart from the Rutlands stock blade, which is really shot out, the finishes are acceptable. But with the Makita, damn near perfect, to be honest. Or if it's just down to the width of the blade, as the Makita is 1.8 and the rest range between 2.2 and 2.4 millimeters. Some test cuts on some melamine board now. First the Makita, then the Rutlands, and finally the Parkside by Lidl.
So what do I think? Which one should you go for? I think they're all as good as each other in doing the job that you want them to do. The more you pay, the more refined it is and the more functions you've got. The only thing I would say about the sort of the supermarket versions and the sort of cheap workshop versions is, first thing, just throw the blade away and buy a decent blade to go with it, and they all work well.